Hi authors, my name is Jennifer Carr and I'm here to help you build more realistic characters with psychology. As both a marriage and family counselor and a former high school AP psychology teacher, I have insider information that can help you write better stories and more relatable characters. The number one goal of psychology is to understand the why behind how people think, feel, and act. Psychologists aim to understand the motivations of people, what it takes to drive someone toward a goal, and what directs their behavior. As a writer, it's important to take this into consideration as you create and develop your characters. If all of your characters look and act and think the same, unless you're writing a science fiction novel about a group of androgynous clones, your story will fall flat. Even if you were writing about a group of clones, the only way to make that story interesting is to have at least one character who breaks free from the hive mind collective. So consider that every person is driven by something. We all have goals, whether it's as simple as making it through the day or becoming the CEO of a massive company. Every person has a need or a goal. Those goals provide us with motivation or reasons for engaging in any one behavior. As an author, your goal is to make your characters relatable, more realistic, so that your readers will connect with them. If a reader doesn't connect with any of your characters, they're likely not going to connect with your story, and therefore you risk a big fat DNF or did not finish label from that reader. This reduces the chances of the reader picking up any additional works you might produce. So that's why it's crucial that you understand how to write better characters, which is done by understanding how and why your characters behave the way that they do. So how do you determine your character's motivations? Well, first determine your character's goal or goals. What do they want more than anything in life? What forces them to get out of bed, even in the face of grave danger or threat of defeat? They need a primary goal. Then decide what is standing in his or her way. What obstacle is going to make it difficult for them to reach their goal? Is it internal conflict or an external conflict? Are they struggling with self-doubt, loneliness, fear, grief? Maybe there's an entire army standing between them and their goal, or a physical limitation like a disability. Next, your character should not be able to immediately act and achieve his or her goal. He or she will have to make sacrifices of some sort, so decide how far your character will go to reach said goal. Will they push through the fear? Will they cross some kind of moral boundary? This will speak volumes into who your character is and help you develop their identity and help them grow rather than shrink on the page. Now, every great character has some kind of flaw. For example, in Homer's ancient Greek myth, the Iliad, Achilles is depicted as a tragic hero whose overwhelming stubbornness and pride ultimately bring about his own downfall. His fatal flaw was his excessive pride and overconfidence that led to a series of events that ended in his demise. Your character's major flaw may be crippling anxiety or a history of trauma that interferes with his or her ability to function in certain situations. Now, this is different from their obstacle, though the two could be related. This flaw will also be what your villain takes advantage of, whether intentionally or not. And it's true for actual people. Your character has fears, and a fear is a major motivator. Fear of failure, fear of fire, fear of social interaction, heights, attachment, lack of control, death. All of these are determinants of behavior. But don't forget, your characters also have strengths. Are they a natural leader? Do they have a strong moral compass? Maybe they exude confidence or have high intelligence. The point is, goals, obstacles, flaws, fears, and even strengths are all motivators for behavior. Some motivations are internal or intrinsic, while others are external or extrinsic. Regardless, you need to know what factors drive your characters and how they respond to said factors. And you need to know these details intimately so your characters each develop his or her own identities in order to make them more realistic and relatable for your readers. Want to dive deeper into how understanding psychology can help you become a better writer? Click that follow button. Have specific questions about using psychology to write better characters? Leave a comment and I'll make it happen. Stay tuned for a list of motivators that might help you get started writing your relatable characters.